Hi Leute und willkommen zurück zu Genshin Impact. Wir kümmern uns jetzt um die ganzen Nebenquests, World Quests und so weiter von 6.0. Und zwar machen wir bei Flins oben auf der Insel erstmal weiter und unlocken da über die Quest zum Leuchtturm seinen Treffpunkt, den Chroniken-Quest-Dings-Zeug, was wir bei den anderen auch schon gemacht haben. Mal gucken, was hier jetzt für eine kleine Mini-Story kommt.
Gloomy skies overhead. Just like the last time we were here. We didn't get a good look then. All Paimon remembers is that really tall tower. So, let's explore the area more fully this time.
Ah, good day, you two. Assuming I don't have the time wrong. It is always dark in the final night cemetery, so I simply made a guess, presuming that you'd prefer to act during the day.
Phew! Well, it's good to see a familiar face, especially in this darkness. Oof! It really gives you the heebie-jeebies.
You needn't worry. This is my humble abode, and the tomb of the Lightkeepers. And while somewhat dark, it is on the whole a safe place. That being said, I rarely receive visitors here, save for the occasional colleague. What brings you two here?
Well, to be honest, we just wanted to see where you live. We were in such a rush last time, we didn't get to do a proper tour.
I see. In that case, as guardian of the tombs here in the Final Night Cemetery, allow me to extend the warmest of welcomes to you both, on behalf of the spirits who slumber here eternally.
Wait, do you mean there really are
That is correct. As you may have noticed, this island is dotted with headstones. You might think of it as a veritable necropolis filled with souls. Isn't it a welcoming thought?
Not at all. If anything, this place just got scarier.
Ah, apologies. It was meant merely as a gesture of the hospitality that you deserve as guests. We don't receive many visitors, but I suppose it is a tall order to expect people to suppress their fear of ghosts. Even so, I do hope your visit shall be a pleasant. The spirits on this isle, while somewhat old-fashioned and hardly gregarious, are an unassuming crowd who keep to themselves. I have found they make perfectly decent neighbors. If you still have misgivings, I can only suggest that you avoid staying outside where possible. The ghosts do not tend to set foot indoors very often, although that might render your sightseeing experience a little less riveting. Most of the camps on this isle have been removed, and only the lighthouse remains, symbolizing the many battles the Lightkeepers have fought against the Wild Hunt. And that...
Yeah, that was the first thing we saw when we arrived. So, it's a lighthouse, huh? What happened to the light?
Years of disrepair and a shortage of fuel, I'm afraid. As this island became abandoned, maintaining the lighthouse became increasingly difficult. Besides, even if we were to rally sufficient manpower to repair it, it would serve little purpose these days. In the past, it guided people on their way to and from the island. But all those people now lie beneath our feet and well, that is perhaps not entirely accurate. They do sometimes come running out, speaking once familiar utterances into the void. In which case, since you are not used to the darkness that shrouds this island, you could consider restoring the lighthouse to illuminate your way. I too know well the comfort that a distant ray of light can bring on those lone journeys through the cold night. Alas, if only I could. I would enjoy nothing more than the pleasure of your company. Today, however, is when I already have many reports to write, and with a new round of correspondence incoming, I fear I can afford to delay responding to the previous batch no longer. So please excuse me while I complete some of my paperwork. As such, you should have no issues using it. I believe there should still be some backup fuel for the lighthouse store, and if you should need to find me, I will be in an underground. I will meet up with you once I have completed my urgent tasks.
There really are a ton of headstones here on this isle. And they're all so old you can't make out the words on them at all. This place is super dark. Feels kind of stuffy too. Huh. And there are ghosts over... Either way, let's try not to get their attention. Let's just grab the fuel and go.
The sky is so dark. I'm scared. They're staring at me. You sure took your time, didn't you? Come on, help me shift this fuel. It's all...
Does he mean...
Look at you, shaking like a leaf. You scaredy cat. How you made the cut as a ratnik. Come on, grab your stuff and let's go. Perhaps I'll even tell you a ghost story on the way.
What? A ghost telling us ghost stories?
You ever heard of the blue fire? As we all know, when you're out walking out at night, you should never look behind you, and never look all the way down at the ground. Always look... Well, that's because the Wild Hunt watches us from the darkness. They wait for you to lose your way in the fog, and then, when you're at your most vulnerable, they come and take your life. That's why it's dangerous to travel alone in the dead of night. But sometimes, if you're lucky, you'll see a blue lantern shining out in the darkness. They say it only appears if you've run into the Wild Hunt or if you can't find your way at night. Either way, if you ever see the blue lantern appear, you must remember to follow it. Don't ask me what it is, because I don't know. My granddad says it's one of the Fae that used to live in Nod-Krai in ancient times. Whatever it is, the blue lantern seems to be on our side. The side of the Light Keepers. I'll bet that's why the Starshina wants to make offerings to it on the island.
Toll, dass der Geist der Geschichte von Flins erzählt.
Forgot I've still got fuel to move.
Wait, but we brought all the fuel with us. What's this guy talking about?
All right, I'd better get back. See you later, scaredy cat. It's nearly time for my shift.
Phew.
Oh, finally, we're here. Let's find where the fuel go. Woohoo! The light's on! This should make things way easier. Now we can keep exploring.
Na, guck mal, die mögen das anscheinend alle.
Great, the light's on. Guess I won't have to worry about moving fuel anymore.
Hey, it's the ghost from before who was talking about moving fuel.
The Wild Hunt came. It passed through all the graves. The fog clung to our ears, stuck to our mouths. We couldn't see or hear each other.
What's he talking about? Has the Wild Hunt really showed up?
To the lighthouse! To the lighthouse! We've got to get a signal to the units outside before they reach us. Don't just stand there gaping. Pull your yourself together! Every second we hesitate could mean another dead comrade. Have you forgotten how to send signals? Come on! I've told you before, a Lightkeeper always has to be prepared. We're all gonna die. They'll strip the bones from our spines.
Something's off. All the ghosts are coming this way.
We too shall cry tears of blood. The Wild Hunt is here! We've got to think of something quick! Okay, we'll try and stall them at the base of the lighthouse while you head up to the top.
Up to the top. Signal. Think something.
If you've forgotten how to send signals, check the handbook. We nailed it to the tower for moments just like this.
Do not fear. Do not fear.
Don't leave our bodies to the Wild Hunt. I beg of you. That is no way to die.
Death. Wild Hunt. Go to the lighthouse.
Oh, the ghosts have surrounded the tower. Sounds like they need us to head up, find the handbook, and use the lamp to send a signal.
Lighthouse.
Hallo, ich bin gerade... Danke.
The handbook says that we've got to aim the lamp in the right direction, then control the brightness according to the signaling rules. There are 5 signal types: distress, warning, guidance, summoning, and all safe. Huh. Okay, the signal is sent. Let's go check on the ghosts.
What happened here? Ran into a whole host of ghosts surrounded the lighthouse. I sent them away to prevent them from blocking the area. And when they saw the lighthouse flashing, they departed.
Oh, it was pretty scary. They completely surrounded us and begged us to help them.
I sensed it too. This graveyard is bereft of life save for passing birds, the insects underground, and myself. Normally, it's so quiet you can hear yourself breathing. Up until just now, that is, when these ghosts started getting agitated. Was it because of the light? They asked you to send a signal out. How peculiar. In my experience, they have never coerced or harmed anyone in any way. This can only mean that lighting the lighthouse has somehow caused a change in them. I must say, this is quite out of the ordinary. Unfortunately, although I saw them leaving, I did not get the chance to ask them where they were going. But you sent a distress signal out, yes? I suspect that ghosts are the echoes of living souls. A portion of their thoughts and memories that, for certain reasons, fails to enter the ley lines at the moment of their death. and thus they linger on the surface. The ghosts in question were lightkeepers in life, and as such, I believe the lighthouse is deeply embedded in their memories, something they are instinctually drawn to. Relighting it must have stirred something in their memories, causing them to depart from their usual behavior. You might not be aware of this lighthouse's past, but it once served a great many functions. From guiding passing merchants and lightkeeper fleets, to reporting on the Wild Hunt's activity in the days before this was a graveyard, its light was never once extinguished. It came to symbolize the hope and warmth that the lightkeepers sought to bring to Nod-Krai. But alas, the light of this historic outpost was snuffed out in a conflict against the Wild Hunt several decades ago. According to our internal records, that conflict cost the island 90% of the troops stationed here. The Starshina of that time eventually decided to send a warning signal to the outside.
Wait, a warning signal? So, they didn't use a distress signal and call for—
Indeed. The warning signal saved the nearby merchant fleets and patrolling lightkeeper ships. Without it, they likely would have been pulled into the fighting with little knowledge of the situation. But at the same time, this signal also cut the troops on the island off from any possibility of rescue. The Lightkeeper Oath contains a line that goes as such: "Our bones and blood we shall use as fuel. We shall make life greater than death." It is a line that strikes at the very heart of our principles. Should we find ourselves at a great disadvantage, we are to prioritize the preservation of life and ensure humanity's long-term survival. After all, the Wild Hunt is a never-ending threat, while our numbers are limited. This principle is most cruel to those who must sacrifice themselves, and yet, most of us willingly abide by it.
Shoot! So we sent out a distress signal, but what the ghost actually wanted was for us to send a—
You feel you unwittingly did something wrong. Ghosts are but the memories of people that once were. You may have stirred up those memories, but that is all they are. Those to whom they once belonged are long gone. Still, I can see that you're concerned about them. And truthfully, so am I. Ah, yes. And please do not be alarmed by any—
Kann man schon. Aha, aha. Das ist nice. Ja. Nicht schlecht.
Paimon sees them! They're all gathering on the beach!
Had reinforcements arrived on the day of that battle, they would have landed here. You have to understand that ghosts are hard to reason with. A better way to communicate is to give them key information that might provoke some sort of a reaction. How about this? We'll go in together, but I'll handle the communication.
Don't come near us. Don't try to save us.
Help is on the way.
The Wild Hunt is coming in too fast. There's no... This place will be enough of a graveyard by the time the night is through.
So you don't need rescuing?
No, we do. Please save us. Everyone else is gone, and we are lost. What?
Ignite the blue lantern. It will guide you far from the wild.
The blue lantern cannot bring back souls from the dead. Even if you light him up, it will be too late. He can help you destroy what remains of the wild hunt. But he can't...
Don't rescue us. Don't come any closer. No, wait.
Oh, what's this supposed to mean? Do they...
Those poor souls. On the one hand, they hoped that someone would send out a distress signal and save their lives. On the other, they did not wish to call in reinforcements only to send them to their deaths, and so they sought the help of the Blue Lantern. That ought to have been their last hope in a time of desperate need.
Will any other...
They will recall the unfathomable suffering they experienced in their final moments.
We shall part the snow curtain of the sky, and...
We have sworn, and we cannot wait for them to come. We are the last ones. Pick up your weapon.
We are the Light Keepers who...
Wait! Flintz! It seems like these ghosts have rallied.
Again, they are but the viewing the world through human eyes, the sorrow and reluctance in the face of death, the longing for a life of peace and stability, the surprising valor that wells up in the hour of despair. If it were up to you, traveler, would you wish to do something for them? Is that so? A response befitting an adventurer of your caliber. Personally, I do feel inclined to do something for them. To help these shadows of the heroes that once were for... In time, the memories and yearning of my dear
Bruder,
now,
mach deine Lampe an.
let me once more lay you to rest. Look upon my flame and wander no longer. Return to your graves and forever rest in peace. 6 feet under may you slumber in your erstwhile homeland, and in sweet dreams return to the ley line's embrace. Some of their memories and thoughts have been dispersed. The rest will later return to their usual state. To me, they are both warriors whose memories should be honored, and my gentle, friendly neighbors. Unfortunately, I did not know most of their names, but my short interaction with them has deposited some of their memories within my flame. At the very least, I know now that the gentleman who moved fuel and loved to tell the tale of the Blue Lantern was named Imo, and the comrade he always called out to was named Itu. Many of the ghosts on this island may have been affected by the lighthouse, and I'm not sure if they'll all undergo changes like Imo. But if you're in the mood to keep exploring, would you come with me? It would be my honor.
Aha. Wieder gefixt. Treffpunkt Friedhof der letzten Nacht. Ja, dann haben wir das gleiche wie bei den anderen. Auch hier wieder mit der Belohnung mit dem Kompass, ne? Ja. Und hier sind es aber nur 3 Aufgaben. Okay. Dann war das erstmal das. Sehe ich da unten schon gleich eine Quest? Das Kind da? Die anderen waren ja alles Erwachsene, aber das ist jetzt ein Kindergeist. Könnte sein, dass das da gleich schon eine Quest von den Sachen ist. Ja, dann werde ich mich hier mal umgucken, wo hier irgendwo in der Nähe so eine Quest sein könnte. Und dann werden wir uns da dran machen, halt für die 3 Treffpunkte dann die Quests fertig zu machen, wenn es geht. Angelverein muss ich mir noch angucken. Da werde ich auch noch hin, was man da Schönes bekommen kann. Bis dahin. Ciao, Leute.